Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the much requested 2018 skincare favorites. Again, I have a very large selection in front of me, so I don't want the intro to be too long, but I did have this requested a lot after my makeup video for my 2018 favorites. And even though a lot of these products will probably be repetitive, it's going to show you what I truly love. Now I have kind of found some new skincare favorites in the past month or so that I'm not including in this because this is the stuff that took me through the entire year. This is the stuff that never let me down. I will of course be talking about the newer skincare products in favorites videos and, you know, skincare routines to come. But right now, this is what I repurchased. This is what I reached for the very most. So let's go ahead and get started. So I am going to start out, I have got so much stuff here. I need to dig. Kind of in the order in which I do my skincare. So I will wash my face first. I always double cleanse at night and I just single cleanse in the morning, I guess you could say. At night, my favorite balm or first cleanse, I guess you could say, has become the Farmacy Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. This I got out of my empties. It's the second one I've gone through. I think it was probably like mid-year that was it mid-year? Was it even like, maybe it was even August that I discovered this, but I love it. It is very effective. It doesn't strip your skin. It gets everything off. It really loosens up my mascara, which is a big deal for me. So I, again, have repurchased this and will plan on repurchasing. If you like an oil, my favorite oil so far that I've been able to find that doesn't leave any kind of residue but actually does the job has been the MAC Cleanse Off Oil. So far this is the one that I have repurchased the most this year. And for actual cleanser, I don't have it. I ran out of it. And I'm kind of using other cleansers until I repurchase, but I'll put a picture up. And it's the Sanitas Milk and Honey Cleanser. I've gone through a couple of these, if not 3. And I've talked about them in empties, how much I loved it. And I really do. I love this cleanser. It is super moisturizing, but it doesn't leave a film on your skin. It smells amazing, but it's not synthetic fragrance. So for toners, I have 2 favorites. A few days a week, I will use the Tarte Knockout Tingling Treatment Toner. This is a 10% acid complex, and I love it. I love it. I have tried medical grade toners that I also love, but I find that this does the exact same thing for me. Doesn't have any irritating ingredients for me, doesn't have any added fragrance or alcohol in it. It just works. I have repurchased this probably 3 or 4 times. And again, I did use it every day and it worked fine, but I've gotten to where I only use it about 3 or 4 times a week now in the mornings, and I love it. Now, on the mornings I'm not using that, or at night I will use this. This has been my favorite this year. I do have a new one I'll be talking about soon, but this still holds a place in my heart for sure, and it's the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Toner. It's a gentle toner to prepare, hydrate, and comfort skin. It's just a really good all-purpose toner. Again, it never strips my skin. I feel moisturized. It's a little bit thicker. I just like it. It gets all the excess dirt and makeup that I haven't gotten off with my 2 cleansers, and it preps my skin really nicely for any serums. So that's been my go-to. I repurchase it all the time. I had to pull this out of my empties as well for my eye makeup remover, which should come as no surprise as being the Sephora waterproof eye makeup remover. It just works the best for me. I had someone ask if I like this better than the Lancome. I think the Lancome's excellent as well, but this works just as good for a fraction of the price. So I highly recommend this. I have repurchased it I don't know how many times. It shows up once, if not twice, in every empties video that I film. Next, I will start using mists because I always spray my face with some kind of a mist before I do serums. It just really helps everything sink in better, and just I can rub it in a little bit easier. I just love my mists. So a couple that I love to death, and the third one I've actually finished this year, but it's the Beautycounter Mists. I've talked about them a lot. The Charcoal Mist is the one that I have finished. This one is the Plumping Mist, and this one is the Vitamin C Mist. I love both of them. The Plumping has peony in it, and the Vitamin C is a tetrahexadecyl absorbate, which I love, and I love that Beautycounter uses that as their vitamin C in all of their products versus an L-absorbic acid, which is not as stable. So I love these 2 mists, and then another one which looks empty, but I depotted it or decanted it into another mister that I liked a lot better because that's the only con I have about this mist. but it's the Jordan Samuel Hydrate the Mist. Love this stuff. This is what I will use before my retinol to ensure that I don't peel near as much. Now, the last time I did it, I did peel, but it was literally a fraction of what I normally do without using this beforehand. So this has become a fast love of mine. This is kind of a cheat because I got it, I believe, in November, but it is just so good. I had to include it. So let's talk about serums. In the morning, I will use my vitamin C serum. And it should come as absolutely no surprise that the Truth Treatment System's Transdermal C Serum is by far my favorite vitamin C serum of ever. End of story, period. Never will I probably buy anything else again. This is a very pricey serum. It is 80% vitamin C. 80%. I've never heard of a vitamin C serum that has more of a percentage than that. It is the tetrahexadecyl absorbate that I was talking about, which stays stable a lot longer than L-absorbic acid, which is in most, over-the-counter or department store vitamin Cs. I will spray my face with a mist, take 2 drops into my hands. Sometimes I will spray the mist into my hand with it, and I will rub it into my face. I've had a lot of people ask me how I get my Truth Treatments products to rub in, and I truly think it's imperative that you use a mist with it. If you do, you should have no issues whatsoever. This is my second bottle. The first one lasted me 10 months. I use 2 drops a day. It is so good. I saw a picture of, what was I looking at? I was looking at the hospital pictures from when Audrey Kate was born. She's my youngest. And which side? One of the sides of my face had a lot of like freckles and sunspots on it. And they were so dark in that picture. Now, granted, I didn't have makeup on, but this was like almost 7 years ago. And they are like 4 times as darker than they are now. And I truly attribute that to my vitamin C, and that especially. Now, if you don't have that in your budget, you want something that's still going to be effective. It is L-absorbic acid. One of the ones that I found this past year that I do love is the Maelove Glow Maker Antioxidant Serum. This is really good for the price. I do suggest maybe refrigerating it because it is L-absorbic acid. It will last longer. But if you are, like I said, on a budget or just don't have the inkling or care to spend that much money on the Truth Treatments, I do also really enjoy that one. Now, I also always use a hyaluronic acid in the morning, and I have been using, for the majority of the year, the Sanitas Hyaluronic Concentrate. Talked about this in a lot of my empties too. Love this stuff. I will take 1 pump and I'll mix it with an oil, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And it just really does plump my skin. It has done wonders. It doesn't irritate my skin. It's not a fluff product. It does what it says it's going to do, and that's it. And that's all I want. I want a product that's going to do what it says it's going to do, and this one does. So I did just get the Truth Treatments new Hydrate Serum, so I'm going to be trying that as well and telling you how I like it. But for 2018, that was my go-to. Now, for nighttime serums, I have to talk about this even though I'm not using it right now. The Skinmedica TNS Recovery Complex was my go-to growth factor serum in 2018. A little update, I cannot use the Osmosis. I used it for 4 days and I broke out in bumps all over my forehead and all right here. I had to have a couple extracted. I just can't use it. So I'm using the Is Clinical Use Serum, which is their antioxidant and growth factor serum right now because I'm trying to find one that doesn't have any fragrance. But in all honesty, for the entirety of 2018, this was by far my favorite growth factor serum. And then I used a couple of, I'm almost done with that, a couple of acid serums. So the first is the TLC Framboos Glycolic Night Serum from Drunk Elephant. This is a glycolic acid serum. I really do enjoy this. It doesn't irritate my skin. I love a good acid serum. I find that that's what works best for me to exfoliate. And then this is the Overnight Resurfacing Peel from Beautycounter. This is a mix of 5 different acids, and it's in more of a creamier consistency. I don't want to waste any because I'm almost done, but if you can see, it almost comes out into like a lotion. So I find it to be moisturizing as well as has all those really potent acids in it to help chemically exfoliate and overturn dead skin cells. So those are my 2 most used AHA type of acid serum. And then on the nights that I don't use my main retinol, which I'll talk about in a little bit, I have been using the Jordan Samuel Skin Retinol Treatment Oil. I mix it with this, which is kind of like an add-on, but I was going to talk about it anyway, so I'll go ahead and tell you. I mix it with my Protini Polypeptide Cream from Drunk Elephant. So I mix these two on the nights that I do retinol, and then it's not my super like peeling retinol. I will mix 1 pump of this, about 5 or 6 drops of this, and I will spread it on my face. I've really been liking it. Really, Jordan Samuel has been a wonderful discovery for me in 2018, and I can't wait to try out more stuff. He just came out with a body oil, which I will be getting. I really love his stuff. So these two together have been great. Now let's talk about oils. I love a good facial oil. I know there are some people out there who don't believe in them. They think they're too pore clogging. I can't speak. I'm not one of those people. I love a good facial oil. Love a good facial oil. So in the morning, I have been going between 2. This is the Leahlani Aloha Ambrosia Morning Moisture Elixir. This is the second bottle that I have purchased in 2018, and if you can see, I am almost done. I love this oil. I actually just purchased a couple of other things from Leahlani. I have one more thing to talk about today. It smells so good. Oh, it smells so good. I just love it. It gives a gorgeous, gorgeous glow. Love that. And then I've also been using the Youth to the People Superberry Hydrate and Glow Oil. So you can see I have been using this quite a bit. I go between the two and but those are my 2 favorite for in the morning because they give me a pretty glow, but they sink in nicely. I don't have to worry about them affecting my makeup if I go right in to do makeup after skincare. And I absolutely love these oils. Now at nighttime, I have a lot of oils, okay? I have a lot of oils, but I sat there and looked at my nighttime skincare drawer that I pull out every single night, and I picked out the ones that I reach for the most, and they are these. The Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate. This is a full size. I had gone through like a deluxe size, which is about half the size as well in 2018. I love this oil. It balances my skin. I feel like if I have a breakout, I can use this oil and it is seriously lessened the next morning. There's just something about it that's very calming to my skin. So I, again, have been using this a ton and love it. Another one that's very calming to my skin and also is good for breakouts is the Beautycounter Balancing Lang Lang Facial Oil. It's the same thing as the Kiehl's. I just feel like I look more balanced and calmed. My skin does when I wake up the next day after using this. So I also love that. And then finally, the Drunk Elephant Virgin Marula Luxury Facial Oil. There is just something a little bit luxurious about this oil. I know there are other Marula oils that you can buy. I know that this is expensive, but I really like it. And I would be lying if I said I didn't. So I have just actually really been loving this. It feels expensive on the skin, and I don't know if that probably sounds very petty. I don't know how to explain it other than that. It just sinks in really nicely, very highly moisturizing, good for anti-aging. So again, just really been enjoying that one. All right, let's talk moisturizers. No, let's talk eye creams. And I only brought one eye cream up because this is the one that made the biggest impression of me. I've gone through many eye creams. That's the one thing I tend to try out the most. But the one that I did repurchase and that has made the biggest impression on me in 2018 was the Epionce Renewal Eye Cream. I love the packaging. It is a little bulky, but I do love that it comes in a pump. It only takes about a half a pump to cover both of my eyes. I use this morning and night. I've been trying a couple of new ones at night, but I especially use it in the morning because I find it to be very hydrating, but not too emollient under concealer. So that's definitely been my favorite eye cream this year. Now, moisturizers. Morning. My favorite moisturizer should come as no surprise to you, the Beautycounter Countermatch Adaptive Moisture Lotion. There are some mornings where I feel so super dry that I will add a couple of drops of oil in with this, but most of the time I don't need it. I will take 2 pumps, spread it over my face, and it is the perfect moisturizer for under makeup. I cannot say it enough. I use it on clients. I love it myself. I will continue to repurchase over and over and over again. I absolutely adore this. Again, you can add oil to it if you have drier skin. If you have oily skin, I do think you will absolutely love it. If you have normal skin, I think you will absolutely love it. It's just good. You get my drift? It's just good. Now, at night, I have typically been using my Truth Treatments moisturizers. I will use my Omega 6. Is it Omega 3 or Omega 6? The Omega Healing Cream, which I'm actually out of. I did finish that in 2018. I put it in an empties. This is the Truth Balm. I will use this kind of as a moisturizer too because it is very emollient, full of moisture. I am almost done with this. This is, I believe, 60% vitamin C, if I'm saying it correctly, but I use this a lot as my moisturizer at night, just to kind of lock everything in, and I love this. Truth Treatments, really, I love it. The Omega Healing Balm is the only one of the first 4 things that he brought out that I would say you don't have to have. But this, the vitamin C and the retinol that I'm about to talk about, I feel like are must-haves from his line. So I've been using that a lot at night. Now, when I peel from my retinol and I need really serious moisture, I have been loving this. And this is kind of another cheap product because I got it in November, but it has been working wonders for when I'm very dry. And it's the Epionce Medical Barrier Cream. I mean, this is huge. It's obviously made for face and body, and that's why it's so big. It's 8 fluid ounces. I use this only on my face, and I'm telling you, it is like super moisture. Super moisture. So if you live in a very dry climate, if you live in a very cold climate, if you live in a windy climate, I highly suggest looking into this. Now, the retinol gel from Truth Treatments is the most effective retinol I have ever used in my entire life. It is a 5%, well, it just says retinol, but I think it's a retinol palmitate. Well, I don't know. I don't remember, but it's a 5% gel. He has since come out with a 1%, but the 5% is equivalent to a prescription retin-A. Prescription retin-A's can be pretty, sorry, I have an itch, can be pretty irritating to a lot of skins, make them red, make them inflamed. I didn't really see much of a difference when I used prescription retin-A, and I did use it for about 2 years in the past. This is a gel. I use a literal pea-size amount. I've been using this all year, and this is all that's gone out of it, if you can see. I use this now once a week, but I was using it once every 10 days because it does make me peel. Now, with the hydrating mist, I find that I can use it a lot more or a lot more frequent because I don't peel as much, but there are a couple of days when I use this that I do tend to have drier skin and peel. Some people don't peel at all from it, and I've had some people say, oh my goodness, you should not be peeling anymore. You've been using that for so long, something's wrong. Well, I think, no, I know, everybody's skin is different, and we all react differently to products. Nothing's wrong with my skin. It's, trust me, I get it checked out quite often by my esthetician, but it just likes to peel with this product. But again, some skins don't, but after I'm done peeling, oh, it looks just so much younger and smoother and just so good. So I cannot recommend this enough. It is worth the peeling. It is worth you trying it. He has mini versions of all of these products, so I would definitely try that one out if you haven't already and you are searching for an effective, safe retinol. Okay, now after moisturizer in the morning, I will use sunscreen. I have 3 sunscreens that I use the most. The first I'm going to put a picture of. It's the Elta MD SPF UV Elements 44. I don't have it right now. I ran out, and I'm trying to get through some of my other sunscreens before I repurchase because that's really the only one I need. But I love buying SPFs. So the other favorite is the Colorescience Sun Forgettable Total Protection Face Shield SPF 50. This was just in my empties, but I saved the bottle so that I could show you because I knew I was going to talk about it in this video. Love this. It is more of a... Let's see if I can get any of it out so I can show you. It's more of like a peachy pink. I don't like it's out. Here's a little bit. Color when you first pump it out, but then when you rub it in, you can see it just melts in with the skin tone. Now, I'm not saying if you don't have like a lot darker skin than I do, if it's not going to leave some kind of cast, but for under makeup, this is one of the best ones because it just sinks in really nice. And it doesn't have a tint to it, so it's not going to alter your foundation color, which sometimes tinted sunscreens can. And it is, again, an SPF 50. This is zinc oxide, 12%. The UV Elements is also just zinc and titanium dioxide, which is a physical sunscreen. And then this one is a physical sunscreen. It's typically all I will wear. I'm not a fan of chemical sunscreens. And this is the Revision Skincare Intellishade True Physical Anti-Aging Tinted Moisturizer Broad Spectrum SPF 45. I am almost out of this. I just took it with me when we went to Florida after Christmas, because this is the sunscreen / product that I will use when I know I'm not wearing makeup. I have a whole video, and I'll try to put it in a card, about my literal no makeup look. And this is what I do when I'm in Florida almost every single day. I don't even know why I pack a makeup bag, because I will put this on, I will put some mascara on, I will prime my eyes to get rid of all the discoloration up top, and that's it. And some lip gloss. And I'm out the door. This gives good protection. It's got a nice universal, I want to say universal, but obviously if you're a lot darker, you're not going to be able to use this as much. But I think if you're lighter, you could still pull it off too. It's not an orange consistency. It's not an orange color, but it's so moisturizing. I don't feel like I need to set it though when I'm using it kind of like as my makeup during the day. It's not too overly glowy, but it gives just enough coverage to where I feel comfortable, and also having the SPF as well. So I've probably only got like 3 more uses out of this before it ends up in an empties, but I will be repurchasing it because in the summer, this is my go-to. Okay, woo! I think I only have 2 more products, and they're kind of like in the extra category. This is the Drunk Elephant De-Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Serum. I loved this stuff in the summer. I'm not using it as much now because I'm not as tan on the rest of my body and I don't need to like kind of match my face up as much when I'm not wearing makeup. But in the summer, when my face is like stark white and I have color on the rest of my body, this was my saving grace. You can see I used a ton of it, and I would just put a pump of it in with my moisturizer, and it was like I was putting makeup on. But I was also protecting my skin from pollutants, and it gave a gorgeous glow. I know everybody talked about this when it first launched, so you've probably heard about it 18,000 times, but I mean, I would be lying if I didn't say it was one of my favorites, and I will be repurchasing it when I run out. And then finally, I wanted to talk about a mask. I just dropped that. I still think I'm going to do my top 5 mask video, but this is and has been my favorite mask in 2018. And this is also from Leahlani Skincare, and it's the Melly Glow Illuminating Nectar Mask. So it comes like this. Leahlani is a Hawaiian-based skincare company. They use a lot of natural products from Hawaii. This is, oh, they all smell so tropical and good. Oh. I'm about to right here. So I'm about halfway done. You can see the consistency. It's really different. Like, I can put it upside down, it doesn't come out, but it's not a clay mask. It's got a little bit of exfoliation in it, a tiny bit. So what I do is I will dampen my face and my hands, and I will rub this all over my face, gently exfoliate it, and then leave it on for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then rinse it off. It leaves your skin so soft, so glowing, so smooth. I just really love this, and I love to smell it while it's on my face because it smells so good. So I just purchased a couple things from Leahlani. I got the nighttime kind of elixir because it had prickly pear and a couple of other oils that are so good for anti-aging, and then the mermaid superfood mask. So I'm excited to try that as well, but I highly suggest looking into their line because I've been impressed by what I've tried so far. So that's it. I think this is going to be shorter than my makeup one. I'm surprised. I tried to not talk too much. Oh, my favorite makeup wipes. I know a lot of people use makeup wipes as part of their skincare. I don't, but I like to have them in the case that I mess my makeup up totally and I need to start over without wanting to wipe off and wash my brows off and everything else. I will use a makeup wipe. I will use them on my girls because they play in my makeup all the time. Trying to get them to wash their face properly, even when I'm helping, can sometimes be too much of a nightmare to deal with. So I use the Beautycounter One-Step Makeup Remover Wipes. This is like my 3rd package, and I just actually received it in the mail. There's a lot of things I like about these wipes. They don't have any added fragrance. They don't have any of the chemicals that you have to worry about, and they're biodegradable. So you can feel good about throwing them away because, you know, so many of the other wipes aren't, and they will just stay in the landfill forever. So it's a little thing, but little things add up. So that's why they are my favorite makeup wipes. Now I am done. May or may not be less than the makeup.